when we talk about his purpose, does he have a specific purpose in the salvation of an individual person? Let me make the general application. You said that he knows who is going to, the terminology you used was in your rebuttal. He says, it's not a nameless faceless because he foresees who's going to believe in him, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. You say Christ dies that person even though God foresees that he's ever going to believe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how he has mercy on all. Exactly.
Okay, so he's had mercy on all by actually removing the penalty due to their sin.
Paying for it, and if they'll receive it, it's removed. In other words, the debt has been paid. Will it be received or not?
Okay, so when they don't, then Jesus pays the penalty, and then they pay the same penalty a second time.
They reject it. They suffer for rejecting. They suffer for rejecting him. They suffer for rejecting God's mercy.
So the only thing people are in hell for in the future is for rejecting Jesus, not for their own sins.
No, the payment for their sins has been rejected.
But the payment was paid by Jesus.
Yes, if received.
So
it's
his wrath fell on Jesus.
Actualized by faith. It's actualized by faith.
But his wrath fell upon Jesus. What is the purpose of the wrath that's going to fall upon the person in hell because that wrath has already been spent on Jesus?
Well, the greatest sin they've committed is rejecting God's mercy as expressed in the cross.
So unbelief is not taken care of in the cross.
Unbelief, if rejected,
okay,
here,
right.
I mean, we could go around on that one.
All right, but let me go back to this phrase that you used, his purpose.
Yeah.
What is God's purpose for every person in light of his foreknowledge that there are going to be some who are going to accept and some who are not?
Okay, very simply. God desired to create a world, all right, a world in which, in his foreknowledge, knew would involve suffering, pain, sin, all of which would bring a glorious outcome, all right? That's the first thing. Second thing, it required certain freedom of human beings so that, as C.S. Lewis said, there wouldn't be a world of automatons. And as I would say, love is not coerced. You wouldn't use the word coerced, but I'm using that word. So he creates this world in which he will now have a people who, when offered mercy and grace, will freely receive it. Did he predetermine the number of that people? No. Did he predetermine that you and I will get in and these three will not get in? No. He predetermined that there would be a company, a people, and he foresaw exactly who they would be.
Okay, so he foresaw who they would be. So from the point of creation, there can be no fewer or no more than what he foresaw.
He foresaw it based on what would happen, yes. Because
so the number is fixed from eternity?
No. It's foreknown. See, that's where,
did he come to know that
it's
after?
It's foreknown, when he created, he knew what the outcome would be.
Right.
And within that, it was based on free choices. That's our sovereign God.
Okay, I understand that. But the point is, and I think everybody's hearing the point, this is where I think open theism is the consistent Arminianism. Because you just said God foreknew exactly how many were going to be saved.
Yes.
But not from eternity? So he learned that at some point?
He foreknew it from eternity, but he didn't predetermine the results.
Okay, so there are things that exist
I mean, it's a strange thing for us to be missing it because it's so simple
I'm not missing it. Believe me, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But there are things that exist that are not a part of God's creative decree then.
His creative decree is the way you're defining it. I see nowhere in Scripture where God decreed that all the following events will happen and people will make all the following choices and these will be in heaven, these will be in hell. I see no such decree referred to anywhere in Scripture on any level. That to me is a reading something into the text beyond when he decrees he's going to act with justice and mercy and so on.
But when God decreed, when did he gain knowledge of who would be saved?
From eternity.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right.